Hello everyone, I'm Dr. David Ajibade and we are continuing our series on sickle cell disease. In a previous video, we talked about how the key issue is when a normal cell, a normally shaped cell, turns into a sickled cell, and the complications and the problems that could arise from that. We're going to take this a step further and really talk about those problems and then proceed to why the complications happen the way they do. So, as we mentioned, the sickle cell is a problem. Now, there are two things that can happen to the sickle cell. One, it could, what I'm attempting to draw is an artery. So these cells could basically, what they could do is just block. We mentioned that earlier. These cells can just aggregate, and because they don't move as quickly and as smoothly and they're not as flexible as the normal cells, they can block the artery. I'll talk more about that in a minute. The other thing that they can do is that these cells could suddenly disintegrate, rupture, just break down. Once that happens, the cell spills out a lot of things, including iron and hemoglobin, which are part of what the cell is, into the bloodstream. That causes a reaction. The body reacts to that. And again, the reaction is not always good. Again, it's connected to inflammation. The other problem, once these cells are sickled, remember I said that they don't carry oxygen the way a normal cell will. So not only are they causing damage to the blood vessels, but they are also depriving, because they don't carry oxygen like they should, they are depriving the organs, the cells, the tissues of the body of the nutrients and the oxygen that they require. And once any cell in the body is not getting the oxygen that it needs, it's going to react. It's going to cry out. It's going to shoot out chemicals. That's the way it cries out. It's going to shoot out chemicals. And the way the body perceives these chemical signals, most of the time, the body perceives it as pain. And that's why these children have these crises, especially at the younger age groups. And I'm going to explain a little bit about that in a few minutes. But they begin to have all these problems. Pains in their fingers, pains in their knees, pains in their stomach, pains in their gut. And this varies from person to person, but I'm going to go into that in another video. The last thing I want to mention here is that some children tend to have more of what they call the hemolytic. Blood lysis means the blood breaks up. But children tend to have more of the hemolytic crisis, and some have more of the vaso-occlusive, which means the blood vessels are being blocked. Vaso-occlusive crisis. I've had a family of kids, about 4 with sickle cell disease, and they had different kinds of crises. So we'll talk about that some more in the next video.